All right, guys, we're going to start a new series. Well, probably not new series because I don't really do series, but um, we're going to go to thrift stores, see what we could find to flip for a profit on eBay or maybe whatnot if we get into that, and Facebook Marketplace to fund our drifting addiction for next year. So, all the stuff that you see is just going to go on eBay or Facebook or wherever we can sell it. And I'll show you what we got into it each haul, and then what it should sell for, what have you. So here's our first little haul today. We spent $19.70 at the Goodwill bins, and I'll just go over everything real quick and tell you what it cost each piece broke down or whatever, and then what we think it's worth. So we got this little top little hat thing, probably $5. It's a little bit big for me, so I probably won't keep it. I was gonna keep it for a personal item, but a little bit too big. Then these three items we already listed on eBay. Motorola shoulder walkie. Didn't realize that had a little bit of a tear here. Looks like the wires are fine. It's just outside coating. So we put it for parts. Parts non-working. Listed it for $9.99. A perfect working one, around $25. And then we got this Crowder American CD. It's Christian, and the case is kind of cracked, but it sells for pretty good money. I put it up for it. If the case was perfect, it'd be $15 plus a little bit of shipping, but I put it up for $9.99 with shipping. And then we got this Kingdom of Hearts video game book. It's got a little bit of tape and pretty good wear, so we put it up for $13.99, and this is all on eBay. So I always take the stance of whatever you list something for, you're gonna take 50% right off the top on eBay. So with everything that's listed, we got $14. So say we're gonna make 7, we're gonna make 5, and we're gonna make 5. So just in these three items pays for our Goodwill bins haul. And then we got a couple DVDs. They're not worth a lot, but Blu-ray Straight Outta Compton. Kind of got that for personal. Then a Ben Stiller 4-film collection. And then Stephen King's Sleepwalkers. I lot these up and put them on Facebook Marketplace, the 4-film. I would usually get 5 or 6 of them and put them up for $20 or something like that. We just see what the market is. But if I sold this, probably be $3-4. And then, like I said, I lot that up. That's worth $3-4. So not worth a lot. And then we got these fishing lures in this box. So $1 or $2 a piece, say at the flea market or something. So if we did that, it'd be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I mean, they're probably, and some of them might be worth a lot more. So just this box might be $20. I don't know. You guys tell me. And then if I find any good fanny packs, I always pick them up. This is just a Nike large crossbody fanny pack type thing. They only charge us 50 cents at our Goodwill bins. And then we got this Transformer. I think he's missing something. I think he's missing his cockpit shield here. But he was cool, and the big thing was he had his bullets with him. So he's not very heavy, probably paid $1. And then I looked this up when I was there. Kind of messed up on this, kind of, but I have a bunch of stuff like this in a box I was going to put on eBay, non-working parts. I don't have the charger for this. There's no memory card. Doesn't turn on. None of that. But it looks like it's in decent shape. So she charged me $2 for this. So I'll just put it with my other camcorder stuff that's not tested. I'm just going to put it all on eBay as one lot. I might even do a auction. And then when I was going through the shoe bin, I found this whole stack of Pokemon cards, which they weren't sleeved when I got them. They were just all loose, but I sleeved them all. So, they're all like 2025 type stuff. There's a couple promo just looking on eBay real quick, I don't know what, I mean, just this stack is probably pretty close to $19 per what stuff sold on eBay for like raw cards. But you guys tell me, I don't know. These are all just the basic. I don't think there's anything real special in these. And the ones we kind of sleeved. I think that one was worth like $6 or $7. I think that was worth a couple bucks. I think that one's worth $6 or $7. And I think that one was like 12 or 13. Not sure. Not really into cards that much. So do just keep on grinding. So I think with everything, this is probably a $60 or $70 haul when I sell everything. You know, for 20 bucks, and I was there for half an hour or so. So we weren't there long, didn't spend a lot. And what I've been doing on eBay is, which I had an eBay store before. My hair's jacked, son. I had an eBay store before, and I didn't really pay attention. It was kind of my first time doing it, and it was kind of out of necessity. So I didn't really pay attention to how many listed and how many were sold within that 90 days. So that was my issue. And I did okay. I mean, I was able to pay all the bills and everything, a couple thousand. You know, a couple thousand a month extra. But this time I'm trying to pay attention to how many are listed, how many are sold, to have a better sell-through rate. And on my eBay store, I'll link it down below. There's not really a lot in there, but I started off with a pretty rare item that's still in there. I priced it pretty high. It's a King Griffey Jr. promo poster. And then I had a truck I was parting out. It's like a 2000 Silverado. And I just posted a bunch of little interior stuff that's either hard to get or you gotta go to junkyard. Nobody really sells it like on Facebook. I mean, you could if you go find it, but they were the little hooks that are behind your head to like put a hanger on. Sold both of those for $9.99 plus shipping or free shipping. And then there's a jack behind the passenger seat. It just has a little turn knob, like a little finger thing to take the cover off. I just sold that today for $9.99 free shipping. And I sold the OEM jack with the handle, sleeve, and everything for like $50, which I was kind of surprised at, and it was free shipping. So, you know, the little stuff really isn't going to cost much, $3, $4 to ship or whatever it would be. The jack was a little bit to ship. I did free shipping, just so it was more appealing. And like I said, all that stuff was free. Like, this truck's already made money. And then kind of like how I think about it when I go to the Goodwill bins is I want to find 3 or 4 items that'll pay for the entire price of the haul. Usually it's one item that pays for everything. So if you spend $25, usually you can find 1 or 2 items that are worth that you can put on eBay. Or you can put on Facebook Marketplace. Like I found backpacks that are worth that. Put on Facebook, it's gone in a week or so. Then everything else is free. So lower end items that I know would sell at like a flea market or a big garage sale, or I can lot them together like fanny packs. I probably have a medium shipping box that I could fill of Nike fanny packs. So I was trying to lot stuff up on eBay. So where there's 7 or 8 of them, put them up for one price and they all sell either for a reseller or whatever. So you guys tell me if that kind of stuff sells on eBay. I'm not really sure if it does. Just trying to play with different stuff, shit laying around the house. You know, nothing special, no real rare stuff. Don't really know where to sell the Pokemon cards besides a Pokemon store, but I know they take like 70 or 80% of the value. So I don't know if I'll just go, you know, I have a bunch of Pokemon cards. A lot of them were my daughter's from, you know, past years. Don't know if I'll sell those. But I thought about maybe going live on, because I have a bunch of lower end sports cards, stuff like that. Thought about maybe organizing them per team or something like that, and then going live on Whatnot and seeing if they would sell. I don't know. You guys give me your opinion. I'll link my eBay store and Whatnot on the description below. And you know, all this is to fund fun times. Stuff me and my daughter do. Go out, blow some money, pay for drifting because that's, you know, expensive with tires and food and the entry fee and all that stuff. So we're going to try to pay for drifting in 2026 by stuff we find, Facebook, in dumpsters, free stuff, anything like that. We're going to try to pay for drifting, and we're going to have a whiteboard in my basement, which I'm hanging up today. And anytime that we sell something in the month on Facebook, eBay, whatever, we're going to put what the profit is, and then that's going to go into a bank for drifting, because it's about every month there's a drift event, on average, and usually it's like $175 for 2 days to go drifting. So then you have to pay for, any maintenance on the car, of course, but then you got tires, you got your food, you got your fuel. So all that can add up. Usually it's 2 tanks in 2 days. Tires just completely depends. It depends if it's slightly wet out, if it's not wet, if it's dry, if it's hot. Sometimes you go through, 4 sets, and that's about $150 for a pair average. So you can be at $400 or $500 just in tires alone. So we're just gonna try to do it and see what happens. Just start this YouTube journey as a 40-year-old single dad. That is rough. It looks like shit. But we do drifting. We're gonna be doing drifting content on here. I have a lot of videos from last year. I'm just gonna be posting. I gotta get used to editing again. But we will put together a little how do you say that? A little mix of a bunch of videos, because the videos, like a lap at our track, it's Kill Care Durana Speedway, is usually 30 seconds, right around 30 seconds for one lap. And you do one lap, you get off, you get back in line, you do another lap. So try to do like a 20-minute video of just a bunch of footage from last year. There might be a couple of them, or I might just do it all, like a 2026 recap of every video I have, which would probably be pretty long because I have a lot from different events and all that stuff. So make sure you like, subscribe, fill up the chat with what you like, what you don't like. If I'm fucking ugly, if I'm stupid, I don't really care. So just, help out a single full-time dad, just trying to make it out in this world. And my homie's got some sick cars. Our events usually are pretty big. Shout out Drift Indy. They've changed my life with this drifting, actually being involved in it. There was a long time ago when there was an event that came to Kill Care back in the day called Street Life Tour, and me and the homies at my old car club, Adrenaline Rush, we helped them get the word out and grow that event for quite a few years. And then they just got so big that they didn't care anymore about the local guys. But nobody knew it was happening unless we got the word out to everybody local. And we helped grow it. They gave us free entry. We didn't have to pay for nothing. Like it was good for the first couple of years, and then they forgot about the little guy. But we still went and supported all that stuff. There was drifting, there was drag racing, there was everything. But I had a little show truck, under construction show truck. It never got done, but I drove it. It was sweet. It was a little Nissan hard body with an LS in it. It was body dropped to the doors. It was pretty sweet. But now we got 2 drift cars, technically. We got a 03 Mustang GT convertible. I'm actually reshelling it working on reshelling it. And then I bought my buddy's Corvette. That's pretty rowdy. So we should have a good time, should get some good video, do ride-alongs, and I got cameras I'll put in the cars this year and see what happens. But like I said, fill up the chat, tell me I'm ugly, do all the normal YouTube stuff, and stay tuned for the next one. I don't know. Oh, just dropped that. We don't have a weekly time that we're going to post. It's just when something happens, I'll post. I'm going to try to do at least once a week. So we'll see what happens. You guys have a good day. Peace.